The news recently has been full of people cryogenically freezing themselves. The story usually runs like this. Somebody is discovered to have a terrifying medical condition of which they will die, there's no cure for, and so they have their body frozen, and the idea is that in 200 or 300 years' time, when the science has advanced enough that we can cure what ailed them, we can defrost them, like last night's chicken out of the freezer, and lo and behold, everything's okay. Now, what fascinates me as I read those stories is that every single one of us, every human being, no matter what you believe, have this inherent desire to cheat death, to live forever, to transcend our mortality.
We might have an innate aversion to danger, but eternal existence does not sound inherently appealing to me. I feel no desire for it at all, let alone an innate desire. I don't want immortality, I want selective mortality. But even if I did, a desire to live as long as possible has obvious evolutionary advantages and could be explained that way.
As one ancient writer put it, God has set eternity in the hearts of human beings. And we see it in technology, we see it in stories and movies. It seems to be everywhere. Why?
I think it reflects a desire to have control over one's mortality more than a desire for immortality.
And the incredible claim of the Christian faith is that those who put their trust and their faith in Jesus and become his friends and followers and disciples, we too have that promise and that demonstration through the evidence of the resurrection that death will not be the end for you or I either if we are Christ's followers.
Well, depending on one's interpretation, your religion says that even if we don't believe in Jesus, we will continue to exist in hell. If this is true, then nobody has to worry about their existence ending, regardless of their religious beliefs or lack thereof.
But one last thought for my atheist friends who are watching this. That desire that we have to transcend the grave, that desire that we have for our lives to have meaning and significance, as my humanist friends like to talk about, for death not to be the end, which is why we throw so much energy and effort into things like funerals in the first place. That desire is meaningless if atheism is true, because if atheism is true, you are simply the result of millions upon millions of years of time, plus chance, plus natural selection, and the only purpose of your sorry existence is for you to reproduce your genes, pass on your DNA to the next generation, and then keel over and die.
It's not even that. The theory of evolution simply describes what life does. It in no way assigns purpose to life. Passing on their genes is something organisms do, and this behavior has the effect of preserving those genes. But it is not the purpose of it. Don't confuse consequences with purposes. I don't see this as bleak like Andy does, but even if I did see it as bleak, it would in no way compel me to believe that it isn't true.
But if deep down you want more than that, you desire more than that, then I hate to break it to you, that desire points somewhere. And you either have to conclude that you are utterly deluded, because on evolution it makes no sense at all, or you have to realize that desire only fits within the Christian story.
That's bullshit. Having a desire to live longer than evolution needs you to is in no way inconsistent with evolution. Your genes don't know when you've had kids, and they certainly don't know when you've had enough kids to secure their preservation for more than one generation. So the genes that create a desire to simply live, rather than merely to live until you've had kids, are going to stay in the gene pool longer than genes that put an expiry date on one's desire to live. And if the desire for immortality were simply a desire to exist beyond death, then why would any Christian have an aversion to death? Most Christians, even ones who say they look forward to heaven, are not in a hurry to die.
Within the Christian message that tells you, yeah, you were made for something more.
I don't see how being made to kowtow for eternity constitutes being made for something more. I don't know if you've heard, but I do have a Patreon.